All right, here's the most powerful fact about the gold-silver ratio. I didn't expect you to read this chart. I'm just doing it to prove I'm not making this up. But if you go back to ancient Egypt, the gold-silver ratio is like 2.5 to 1. So it took 2.5 ounces to buy an ounce of gold. If you go through all of history, what you're going to find is that the ratio of gold to silver was 20 to 1 or less for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. I said that 4 times to let you know that for 4,000 plus years, the ratio never went above 20 to 1, and most of the time was around 12 to 1 or less. So my point is that when silver and gold are treated equally, and they're both thought of as one thing and one thing only, and that one thing is money, that silver has the highest value. So when silver is money, it purchases more than if it's a industrial commodity used in your cell phone. And I don't know if the bankers had the insight into that in 1873 or not. I do know it took place. I do know that Mr. Baum was wise enough to write The Wizard of Oz and tell us all about it. But silver-gold ratio tells us one thing. When silver's money, it's much, much, much more valuable. And when it's not, from 1873 on, you get these distortions. This is a slide of an inflation-adjusted silver price as of the early 2000s. I think 2003, the idea is correct. You probably can't see it from the back, but at the peak, silver was worth, inflation-adjusted, today's dollars, really 2003 dollars, of 1,400 plus an ounce, 1,400 an ounce. So if I tell you that silver can make it to 140, what I'm really saying is that silver can make it to 1/10 of the all-time inflation-adjusted price. That's what I'm saying. So if you look at that chart and you see the bottom right, you see on an inflation-adjusted basis, and I was screaming this at lectures like this in the early 2000s, and I didn't have this kind of an audience, believe me. I'm saying silver is the cheapest commodity on an inflation-adjusted basis it's ever been in all of recorded history. It was cheaper at $4 an ounce in 2000 than it was at 22 cents an ounce in the Great Depression, inflation-adjusted. And guess what? Millionaires were not buying silver. It was the billionaires. Warren Buffett bought at that low. He's a value investor. George Soros, not fond of him, but he was in the silver market. Who else? Bill Gates in the silver market.